had to cough. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I almost coughed. This cough has been getting me, but welcome back to Link in Bio. I am Alejandro.
And I'm Jenny.
And by the way, I don't know if you recall, but yesterday's episode, I did have a rant about my car being moved and it got hit. So thank you.
Dude, that was weird. Like, you spoke it into existence.
It's my own fault, I guess, for being a little bitch.
Insert the video from yesterday.
I fucking told you guys. See you tomorrow.
No one was hurt. That's all that matters.
I meant what I said when I said, thankfully no one got hurt, but fuck that shit because I got hurt.
You were,
Emotionally.
se te vio la cara.
My whole vibe, bro.
Yeah, you felt it in your bones, though, brother. Anywho, we got a show to do, brother.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So we're going to be talking about the DOJ and how they're saving our pockets. Mm-hmm. And what is quiet vacationing? You'll find out. And Trump says something racist again.
And speaking of bullies, no, but on a serious note, we do have a therapist joining us today and a mom to talk about bullying in children, how to deal with that, because it's a very tough situation, subject in general. And then on the lighter note, we have Chilaquil joining us in the building.
Yay! We're so excited! Oh my God.
So this one, like always, it's a roller coaster of emotions, y'all, but let's go for the ride.
We'll end it on a happy note. All millennials, we've been caught.
A recent study showed that 78% of U.S. workers do not want to use their PTO, particularly among Gen Z and millennials, who don't want to look like slackers. So what they're doing is called quiet vacationing.
What's that?
So essentially, quiet vacationing is like when you take time off without notifying your manager, but you're still around, moving the mouse every once in a while.
Oh, shoot.
Sending an email every now and then. So you're active, right? You're online. You're ready to work.
That's so crazy. I've never heard of such a thing.
Mm-hmm. Why do you say it like that?
This all sounds so strange.
Very strange indeed. So apparently 66% of workers want to adopt a European-style PTO system, which mandates longer vacation, shorter work weeks, and even a full month off of work. Why do we feel the guilt to take a vacation and request unlimited PTO, right? Our parents even, I feel like, always...
Yeah, our parents, I know my parents, they especially my dad, he does not like taking... he wants to take time off. Who doesn't, right? But he doesn't feel comfortable because then he feels like he has to come back from vacation, a lot of work that piled up while he was on vacation he has to tend to, or he's losing out, and
on business.
He gets anxiety, I feel right before. And I think many of us can actually relate.
But why are we so scared to take unlimited PTO? Well, that's a whole nother discussion. I'm going to go take a quiet vacation if you don't mind.
Quiet vacation? Don't say it. Well, that's not quiet if you tell everybody, brother.
I'm putting in my request right now.
Oh.
RBD made their big return last year with their reunion tour, but it seems like it's all come to a halt.
Mm-hmm. We've got some cheeseman for you guys. So apparently, they are legally beefing with their former manager. The band's legal team reports there is almost $1 million missing after their successful reunion tour.
RBD's lawyers are taking the business management team and manager to court to figure out where the money has gone. I hope they figure this out soon because I didn't go to this first kickoff of the tour, and I want to take my mom because yo soy rebelde chingao, and I want to go party. So hopefully this all gets figured out because this is not looking good.
Yeah, and I'm glad que no se están quedando calladitos, and they're walking with the walk. They're rebelde, and hell no, you're not going to take advantage of me.
Just tell me, so quédate en silencio, and give me my fucking money,
yeah,
right? Sorry, there's so many puns with their songs. They're just all bangers.
They're such bangers, and they deserve better. Come on.
Get that bag, y'all.
Get that bag.
LA animal shelters are set to euthanize about 100 dogs within the next couple of weeks because the animal shelters are at capacity and looking for help.
Brother, this breaks my heart. You know how much animals mean to me. And just the fact that, all these dogs are getting euthanized, it's just insane.
And it's crazy because this is just, again, in LA. About 1.5 million shelter animals, dogs and cats, are put down every year in the U.S. And that's about Like 4,000.
$4,000
Was it a week? A day?
A day.
A day?
Yeah.
No way.
It's insane. Like, don't shop, adopt, and be smart, and make sure your pet, like, make sure you're ready for a pet.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility, but people, again, might not understand that. So please be more aware and, make sure you're able to take on that responsibility because, again, 1.5 million dogs, people.
It's a lot of dogs. It's a lot of lives. Like, these are living creatures, that are being, like, put to sleep. Mm-hmm. It's sad.
And if you truly want to help, please check out the Humane Society and ASPCA and their websites to find out how you can help the animals in your community in these shelters. Sister, it's a 3-day weekend.
Oh, you're right. It's Memorial Day.
Exactly. But do you know why we celebrate Memorial Day?
Is it to remember veterans?
Yeah, kind of. So actually it goes back to the Civil War when 620,000 veterans, or soldiers, were killed, which was 2% of the entire population of the U.S. in the 1860s. So to kind of put that into context, 2% of the population today would be about like 7 million people.
Damn, 7 million? That's a lot.
Yeah, dude. That's like, imagine the whole like population of Arizona. That's crazy.
Wow. Okay, so that's why we have a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, so this weekend, guys, you know what? Enjoy your carne asadas, enjoy your sales, enjoy everything. But also don't forget why we have this day off. For the memorializing?
We're remembering them. And, while you're having your carnita asada y tu cervecita, don't forget to drop some cervecita for the soldiers.
Pour one out for your homies. All right, but you know what, for reals? What's the best way to maximize the 3-day weekend? Because look, you have an extra day of sleep, technically. But I feel like with a 3-day weekend, you don't always get the right rest. It's like when you go on vacation. You need a vacation from your vacation.
Yeah, like you feel like, oh my God, it's a 3-day weekend. Like this is my chance to do whatever.
To go crazy.
You go crazy. Yeah. I agree. I think anytime you need to have rest, you don't.
So what's the way to optimize your 3-day weekend? Is it like Saturday you rest, Sunday you go crazy, Monday you rest, or do you go crazy on Saturday and Monday and Saturday you rest? Wait.
Party, rest.
So when do you rest? On Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, you said party. Also Friday.
Friday night, dude.
Chingas.
Yeah.
Damn, sister. All right.
I'm living that single life, brother.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, my back hurts. So I'll join you from the couch, but that's how you maximize the 3-day weekend, y'all.
Definitely. Donald Trump said something wild at his trial yesterday.
Which trial? Is it the one about the Georgia votes where he was like, find the votes and all that? Or
no, not that one.
Is it the one about the classified documents where like he has employees move boxes of like the government docs that he didn't want them to like?
No, not that one.
Is it the one about who was it? What's the porn star's name? The hush money with the porn star?
Esa mera esa.
That one.
So he's pissed at the judge right now. Trump said, the judge hates Donald Trump. Take a look. Take a look at him. Take a look at where he's from.
Wait. He's talking in the third person?
I don't know.
I didn't say wait. But what does Donald Trump mean by like, look at where he comes from? Like, what do you mean by that?
So when he said, take a look at him, take a look at where he's from, he means the judge is from Colombia. So he's a Latin American immigrant who became a judge and was appointed by NYC Mayor Bloomberg. But Trump, I don't know, thinks he's sus because he's Colombian.
Dude, that's gotta be racist. I mean, I'm sure he loves Shakira and he loves, let's see, who else? Sofia Vergara, Fade. I think he's just like, because the judge.
Les conviene,
exactly.
conviene,
because the judge is against, oh, no, Colombians, they're all bad. Like, shut
oh
the
my God,
fuck
that was
up,
good.
dude.
That was so good. That was a great interpretation.
Really? You like that?
Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
Mr. Trump, we can say, look at where you look like you're from Florida because you look like a fucking orange.
Oh, the Florida Oranges. Shout out to the
Anywho.
Florida Oranges.
I mean, yeah, it's just super sus just saying that out loud. But
It's just like cuando le conviene, like you said. It's just like, whatever, bro. Just take everything he says with a grain of salt.
We have an update on the Ticketmaster Department of Justice lawsuit, and the DOJ is real for this one. The DOJ is forcing Live Nation and Ticketmaster to break up because they're a monopoly on the concert business.
The lawsuit was originally for Live Nation because they own Ticketmaster. Now they're like, no, you got to break up.
It's kind of like those couples that are always together, and it's like, oh my God, like, I don't need your man at girls' night, you know, like, you got to do your own thing. Like, couples.
It's a toxic power couple. You know what? It reminds me of like that homie at work where like, we need two people to do this task. It's like, no, you don't. You can do it separately, but go off, queen.
Yeah. Well,
or king.
Here is this. There used to be one phone company in the US. They set the prices. You didn't like it? You could like send messages with the carrier pigeon.
So we started like that, and now there's so many phone companies, right? So maybe this lawsuit might, help more ticket companies come to light. So we, as a consumer, have more say in where we buy our concert tickets.
I love that.
I like this.
I like it too.
Hopefully this case kind of helps us out. I want to go to some concerts, man. I want to be able to afford a couple, not just one a year. It's like, all right, porque me gasté pues unos $500.
I know.
Shout out to the DOJ.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Hey, Jenny, do you know the difference between a cop and a sheriff?
I don't really know.
You don't?
No, actually. One has a little estrellita on them, and the other one doesn't.
I mean, I look at their cars. I think one says sheriff, but
one wears tan like Target employees.
Oh, I never noticed the uniforms.
Yeah.
But anyways, point is, cops are hired and sheriffs are elected. So people elected them to be a sheriff.
Elected to own a gun.
Yeah, like you said, cops usually have a shield, right, as a badge, and sheriffs wear a star.
Oh, well, that's old-fashioned. All right.
Definitely. But also, don't forget this fun fact. Sheriffs are nearly 3 times likely to kill you than local police. And that's from a CBS report that investigates how out of control sheriffs are in the U.S. Click the link above for more details.
That's not a fun fact, buddy.
It's not a fun fact, but it's like, what the fuck is going on? Bullying has been getting out of hand for some time now and is evolving and getting worse for kids who are being harassed online. Joining us is therapist Herlin Soto, who will share insights on the impact of bullying, how to recognize it, and she's going to assist Blanca, a local mom dealing with a child being bullied. Blanca, Herlin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
The bullying is getting out of hand. I feel like from when I was a kid to now, it's like, what's going on?
Absolutely.
How common is it for kids to be dealing with bullying now in 2024?
It is very common, unfortunately. I mean, this has been around for a long period of time, but I think as, we're seeing the world and its social, political, cultural tension, a lot of people are becoming more maybe comfortable and being open with their identity a little bit more, which it could even be like LGBTQIA or like racial identity, being open with their culture. There has become much more of an open space to be able to attack or even judge or criticize or put down, dehumanize children, and also hurt people. So they're going through something similar too, whether it's like through society or even at home or at school. It's definitely become a heightened problem.
Blanca, do you mind sharing what you and your daughter have been going through?
My daughter began getting bullied now in 5th grade. So initially, when she started off the 5th grade school year, she was really confident. She's very successful academically, so no concerns there. But slowly over the school year, as it's progressed, the bullying has gotten more and more intense. So I've seen her go from being confident and, very proud of herself, loving herself, to a shell of who she was. Now she's to the point where she's scratching herself until she bleeds, due to the anxiety. She's hiding herself. She's embarrassed of many different things about her body and her face, things that a 5th grader should not have to be thinking about. So I've just seen her completely deteriorate in every way, and I don't see the same child that I used to have.
Thank you for opening up with us about that. And Lean, do you have any initial advice for Blanca and her daughter?
Yeah. First of all, Blanca, I appreciate you for sharing your vulnerability. And sometimes as parents, we feel very hopeless, but I will say there is a seed of hope still, especially when it comes to the root of her empowerment, which is you, and a root of building her self-confidence, reframing a lot of these narratives that she's been told through her bullies at school, and how we even reframe some of those narratives is like, you know, you are enough, like the bullying doesn't define you, but also reframing what help looks like. So sometimes in order for parents to be able to assist with that is like sometimes checking their own experiences with their parent, like what your experiences were with your parents. Like what did you need growing up to hear a little bit more of, to build some of those internal resources or strengths that you could use to bring to a different environment where you may feel helpless. Growing up, what did you need maybe a little bit more of from your parents to maybe not feel so judged or criticized, or like not feeling like you're enough?
I think personally, if I would have gone to therapy when I was at a younger age, that would have helped a lot.
Absolutely, yeah.
My daughter, I have her in therapy, so that's helped. Although it still feels like at school, they're kind of undoing the progress she's making, like in the therapeutic setting, because, you know, it's like a bunch of kiddos against her. But it definitely helps. And I think that is something I would have really benefited from.
Another question I have is, how can parents effectively communicate with their kids about bullying? Like, Blanca, has your daughter been approaching you about these things, or have you just been noticing, or like, how can we have that conversation?
Yeah, so with my daughter, she was more hesitant because she's very sensitive to the needs of others. She's very empathic. So I didn't know about most of the stuff that was happening until I slowly started seeing her starting to deteriorate. So she started having eating issues, sleeping issues, scratching herself. She has like two sides on her neck where she scratched herself raw from the anxiety. So I started seeing more and more of like these really disturbing behaviors. And I finally was like, you know, something's going on. You need to tell me. And she's like, well, I don't want to get anyone in trouble. And then they're going to say I'm a tattletale. And, you know, this is embarrassing. So I really had to pull it out of her. She cares a lot. She just has a big heart.
When it comes to communication of like what it looks like to seek out help, communication is important, yes. But I think also mimicking or modeling that for her, like, it's okay to ask for help. Help doesn't equate weakness. You know, telling her she's not crazy for feeling the way she is, even though these other colleagues or peers may make you feel this way, that is not the case. And on top of that is encouraging her about her personality, her characteristics. And in the stage that she's in, it is industry versus inferiority, meaning this is when she builds self-confidence over her abilities. So when she's at home, reassuring her of her abilities and empowering that and showing her resilience and strength, so she can now bring those abilities when you're not present, or those skills or her voice, and empowering that to school. So that conversation is creating that trusting and safe space with her. First, validating those feelings and reassuring her.
I love that. And thank you so much. That makes a lot of sense, because I know for her, it was like she was so used to kind of in her mind putting everyone else's feelings first and not wanting to hurt other people just by speaking on her needs, like kind of like what you said about her feelings and herself, her pain. So kind of what her therapist too was sharing was exactly what you said, and also to try to let her know that her feelings matter too, not just the feelings of the bullies or all the people who are ganging up on her.
What can parents do if they suspect their kid is, you know, being subject to bullying? Like, can they go to the school, or like as a parent, like what would be the first kind of...
That's a very tricky situation because sometimes they're not ready. They're not there yet, and there is valid fear around that. And I think being able to build that trust with them, that everything's going to be okay, this is to help you, and this is to also teach a lesson to bullies, and be able to have even like a sit down conversation with counselors or parents on what's happening, and even getting a therapist for the bully, you know, if need be, or resources, because these are projections of one's personal experiences most of the time.
Thank you again, Blanca, for your time and for your vulnerability and just sharing your own experience, and for you, Herlin, for joining us and sharing your, your insights with Blanca. And where can people find resources and your socials and stuff like that to be in touch with you?
Of course. Well, I work at Abundance Therapy Center. We have phenomenal therapists there. Email me there with my name, full name, at abundancetherapycenter.com, and I can provide resources like referrals elsewhere. Other therapy platforms like Alma are really good. Octave, I believe it's called. Those are phenomenal. as far as finding a therapist that's suited for your needs.
All right. Well, thank you, Blanca. Cuídate. And thank you, Herlin, again.
Thank you. Thank you for
Appreciate it.
having me. Thank you, Blanca.
Oh, we're rolling? Sorry. We have a lot of celebrities that come in, but I'm starstruck. We're starstruck.
Super starstruck. So, Chilaquil is here! Woo! Chilaquil!
Hi, hello, yes. Thank you for having me here. Me too.
Thank you, Chilaquil, for stopping by. We know you're like super busy these days. I want to ask Chilaquil, did you choose this life or did this life choose you?
Ay, what can I tell you, man? The spotlight chose me. You know, I was just like minding my own business, and then one day, all of a sudden, boom, se descontrola la cosa.
Oh, really?
And actually, I was wondering, do you have that dog in you? Will there be any baby chilaquiles in the future? Or what's your dating life like?
No, there's no way with chilaquiles, unfortunately. It'd be really cute though, not gonna lie. My love life is a little bit complicated. You know, there's this one dog, her name is Mamba, Mambasita. But that's all I can say right now.
Oh, he's flirting with me.
He's like, let me tell you.
Oh my God, Chilaquil! Oh. A cute chihuahua walks by. Are you allowed to sniff? Or do you only keep it like golden?
Ooh, don't get me started on chihuahuas, man. I'm not allowed to sniff, you know, I try to keep it golden, but like sometimes se me sale el perro.
Damn, you a bad boy.
He naughty. What's the craziest thing you got on your DM?
Ooh, I got a lot of pictures sent, you know, I'm not gonna say about what.
Oh,
Not safe for work. Cover. So you're very popular all over Instagram and TikTok, but do you get recognized in person?
There's been a couple cars that have pulled over and been like, oh my God, it's a Chilaquil, and then I started getting really, really freaking excited.
Summer's around the corner. Any words of wisdom, Chilacas, that other people can, that can inspire other people?
Some wise words, what can I say, man? Just take it easy, you know, take it easy, be nice to each other, be nice. Wear a lot of sunscreen, okay?
That touched my heart.
I felt that too,
was
sister.
So good. We know you're a big doggy influencer, so we want to ask you, where can people follow you on TikTok, Instagram?
You can find me at Golden Chilaquil on TikTok and on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube.
Perfect. That's great. You won't be disappointed, guys. I love his content. Oh, well, Chilacas, thank you so much for coming on. You're the best guest we've ever had.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for this interview. I love you guys.
What a great episode, guys. So good. What do you think, brother?
It's a chilaquil, bro. Like everyone here was fangirling so hard. Oh my God, I've never seen that before.
Dude, seriously, one of my favorite guests on the show. And you know when you meet someone like that's like famous or like on social media or celebrities, and you're like, damn, like I wonder how they're in real life. And sometimes you get kind of like disappointed. And you're like,
Say like don't meet your heroes.
Yeah, but I met my hero, and I didn't think I could love him even more, and I do. Es un amor, how our coworker Daniela would say.
He definitely brings that golden retriever energy, you know?
Yeah,
Literally.
so much charisma. But anywho, thank you guys for joining us. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Alejandro.
And we'll see you next week for another episode of Link in Bio. Bye, guys.
Don't park on the street, y'all. Bye.
Bye. Enjoy your weekend. Long weekend.
Oh, long weekend? Let's go.